Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of English with Strangers. My name is Roshan, and I host this virtual podcast where I meet people from around the world and we discuss English learning. So, if you also want to be part of this series, just drop me a message on my number, or if you want to learn English, you can reach out to me on the same number. Now, let's get to know our guest. Before we continue, can you please introduce yourself?
Of course. First of all, thank you so much for having me here. And as you know, my name is Mahima Shukla, and I'm from Uttar Pradesh. Currently, I'm pursuing my master's in English literature. And simultaneously, I run a small YouTube channel too. As for my hobbies, so I'm a voracious reader and a travel enthusiast. So that's a bit.
Before this, I was thinking of talking about UPI payments. Now that we have
Okay.
we are not carrying cash. So has it changed for you also? Like, do you carry cash or are you just using UPI?
No, most of the time I can say I just use my UPI. Whenever because like UPI is available everywhere. Even like a small vegetable vendors and pani puri and shopping mall, like anyone, whenever you go, like everyone has like a UPI payment, credit card or some sort of things, right? Everything is digital, you can say that. So I can say people start carrying cash very less, just for the minimum, for transportation or something like that. We can say just emergency. Other than that, like it become very easier for us. Though there are some times when your UPI and your because of your internet, your mobile
Hmm.
doesn't work, then
Yeah.
we face that. Because it's happened with me. I guess everyone face somewhere.
Hmm.
Right? So what
So
about you?
yeah, one one time my UPI completely failed and I needed that product. So from that day, I decided that I will have to carry some cash. And also, I feel like I spend way too much if I'm just keeping my phone with me. So whenever I'm going out, I keep my phone at home. Only carry cash, and I have another phone where there is no UPI, no online payment option, because I have fixed budget and I don't want to spend much. Because every time I go out, even if I don't need something, I buy it. So I have started carrying cash for especially for the past 3 months. Because I was doing my finance, I was checking how much I have spent. I was like, don't need all these things. But even I didn't need that. I was just buying too much. So I'm carrying cash these days.
Oh, wow, that's nice. It's a good strategy, actually. I heard girls are impulsive buy, but first time I'm thinking, like hearing like boys can be also impulsive buy, like you can so easily. Oh my God, really. So what do you like, to purchase? Like it's just about your study material or related to your profession or what?
Everything. Even if I'm going to grocery shop, I don't need something, I get that. And when I return, and I visit, sports shops regularly. So even if I don't need a bandana, I think, it looks nice. Let me buy that. I see a squeezy ball and I think that, you know what, let's get that. And when I return home, I see already I have 5 or 6 balls lying near my bed. So these were, these were piling up, not just not just books, also other things. So I decided, you know what, I need to keep cash with me. This UPI stays home. So that was a conscious decision I made like 3 months ago.
Right. With me, there's another issue actually. Take example, if I go any shopping mall, okay, and there are attendants like they come and just roaming around you, and they ask like ma'am, like there's a discount is going on. Do you want to
Yeah.
try that? Can't risk myself. I can't say no. What's
Yeah.
wrong with me? Like yesterday, it happened with me. I went to shopping mall and there was one good counter. It looked like okay, so I thought of just go and check there, and that is like a popcorn counter. Okay, with something like it's a they went to in a Shark Tank also. So like that's the reason like I felt like a curious and go and check. Okay, and when went there, so they asked me to test, okay, how to test. But usually I don't test, but like they insist, so I tested, okay. And then they asked, which one, ma'am, do you want to show? I should pack for you, okay. So then I have to,
You felt
buy
pressured.
just because of that. It's
Hmm.
create pressure, right? get
Yeah.
something, and if you're not buying, so they are also like, looking at you like, he or she just come for to taste my product, and also I just, end up buying like that little popcorn, and that cost around 400. Can you believe that? Just popcorn, cheese, tomato popcorn, and peri peri.
Mhm.
Oh my God, I felt like, why did I go there?
And even same thing was happening with me. Like I go to theaters regularly. So if I had my UPI with me, even if like you should not eat in theaters, they are so expensive. And but I thought that, you know what, let's get some popcorn, let's get a coffee. And every time I regretted that after I bought that. So I thought if I have limited cash, I have no other options. I will just watch movie, I'll get out of the place and maybe do something else.
Yeah, for us, like a people, it's better to carry cash only, and limited cash, like,
Yeah.
1K, 2K is enough.
Hmm.
Because if we don't have cash, what we gonna do? Think, right?
Then we're gonna call
What's
our
your
friends, send us some money.
Oh my God. Okay, that's nice actually idea. I'll also try doing that. Like,
Yeah, you
so
should.
good strategy.
So,
Mhm.
what about your online shopping habits? Has it changed ever since it became more accessible, like buying things from Amazon, Flipkart, or other shopping applications?
Oh my God, like I can't say, you know, every day, like no matter like if it's a vegetable or fruits, everything I order online. Okay. The reason is like shops or vegetable markets or fruit markets is very far from my location as well. And we get everything within a 10 minutes because here everything is like open Zepto, Blinkit or a big basket, and we get everything in a 10 minutes. Like, it can be electronic gadgets or some accessories. You don't need to wait nowadays 24 hours to, get your product delivered because there are some application which get delivered your product within a 10 minutes as well. So I can say it's kind of addiction, and I'm also addicted. So I can't help
Mm,
actually
Luckily,
a
I live
lot.
in a village, so I don't have access to all those quick delivery services. So we have to wait a couple of days to get our product, especially electric gadgets, books, or and you can't get grocery quickly. You have to go. So luckily, I'm safe right now with all those things.
Safe, we can say that. It's a sometimes we feel like why we don't have, and this facilities and all, but it's a better for ourselves actually, because as much as you get facilities and accommodation, you start using. Sometimes we use, of course, for our benefit, but I don't know when it's become our habit and we start spending, too much money on such things because you feel like, okay, now actually I personally use credit card also. Oh my God, like that's the first thing, seriously, because we feel like we're not paying from our account or no cash is there, right? And once the bill generates and every month when we get, oh my God, like
Yeah, I spend too
seriously.
much. That's the yeah, and I know that not a lot of people are privileged enough to do that. Guys, you are lucky. I mean, I don't have a credit card, but still, whenever I go out, the thing I mentioned about UPI, it has completely changed the way I spend money. So people need to be more aware how they are spending money, and if you have enough, then don't worry, guys. You don't have to really worry about that.
Oh my God. So it means like the moment, like just imagine, like after 2 years from here down the line, if you have uh financially, freedom where you don't have to think for a moment, like should I buy this or not? So it means you are the person who's going to buy everything.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh my God.
Whatever I need, I'll just purchase it. I feel like I have become too materialistic at the moment. But yeah, that's the thing, when we are surrounded by people like that, we also want to try, but I don't buy too many things. Honestly, maybe I'm just exaggerating. But the thing is that I buy impulsively, but there are times when I think too much, even if I have to get a mic. So I'll do a lot of research before I'm going to get that. So maybe I'm in the middle. Sometimes I buy impulsively, and sometimes I think too much to even get small things.
I feel like sometimes like there's a stupid things which we buy impulsively. Okay. And when it's come to important things, there we think too much. It's my nature. I don't know.
True, true. You
Right.
mentioned that you are doing masters in English. So, is it just for formality or do you actually study? I know it's a very
My
rude
God.
question to ask, but I just wanted.
Uh-huh, uh-huh. Okay, like I'm just going to give an honest answer. Yeah, that's just for a formality because I'm pursuing my master from distance university, so you know how they conduct the classes and all everything they conduct on a weekends only. So sometimes I attend my classes, sometimes I don't attend, so I get the recording, so I just go and watch whenever I get free time. And so it's just for sake of degree, I can say that,
Yeah.
which I will get after 2 years. So, yeah,
And what about the text?
that's my
Are you interested in reading like the syllabus of masters or literature books?
opinion. Actually, I don't get like a physical book. Okay, whatever like the syllabus they have, everything is online. Like all the PDF files are there. But I don't like reading over my mobile phone or my laptop. So I love physical books. So I read those books. So I don't read my syllabus actually.
Yeah, because reading or studying syllabus can be a bit challenging because it is not like normal text, the normal novels you read regularly. You have to study in detail.
Correct. But it's not required actually in my case. Like if I read like couple of days before exam, so it would be fine for me to clear my exam. So that's
Hmm,
why.
nice. So, tell me about your English learning journey so far. Why are you learning and how did you start this YouTube channel?
Okay. Um, Actually, if I talk about my English learning journey, so I have started learning this language 2 years ago. Okay, but initially 1 year I was never consistent with my journey. This year itself, like end of May 2025, I started focusing seriously where I is daily. And the same moment I thought of starting my YouTube channel, though that was never in my mind like earlier. That idea came in my mind out of blue. So I thought of first I was scared of what others will think if I start. Like that's a common thought, right? We all
Yeah,
have. So yeah, but somehow I mustered my courage and thought I'll just do it. And that's how I started my YouTube channel. And the main reason behind that, I just want to keep a track of my progress because YouTube, I can say, really help us in that way, right? If you want to see and go watch your video when which even you uploaded 1 year ago, right? So you yourself start feeling very confident and motivate. You don't need others validation, right? Who can come and say you, yeah, Roshan, you are doing well, correct? So
yeah.
your own progress motivate. That's the main reason.
Hmm. And that's the same thing I tell all of my clients. Like, start uploading your videos. Even not publicly, do it privately so that there will be a track that after some 6 months, 1 year, you can see how much progress you have made. And YouTube is really great when it comes to documenting your whole life. Even if you have a boring life, you are talking about it regularly, you will see where you were and where you are right now.
Correct. Actually, it's a kind of legacy which you can leave. When you die, then people can watch your video.
True. I don't know if some people will like that idea to be remembered, but yeah, I think this is a very universal need, not need or want that I want to be remembered, but still there are some people they just don't want to be remembered. That's what I think. I don't know. Maybe.
No, that's correct. Actually, I don't know what is something is like it's kind of fear or judgment holding people back. They are actually, I just talk to many people, right? Like over some application. Okay. So when I say like, I'm a YouTuber, so they say like, how did you get that courage to start your YouTube? And I also wanted to start. Like I've been planning for a years, but I don't have that courage. I feel like I'm not perfect yet. Okay. So I simply say like, perfection. If you're waiting for perfection, that is never gonna come because until you start, we all start with some flaws. Okay. So flaws is just a part of your journey. So like once you are enter in that journey and you start something, so automatically you start like feeling confident and perfection comes there.
Yes.
So but I don't what's mindset they have.
A lot of people wait for the right time. If I have a perfect camera, a perfect mic, I will start. But of course, gadgets are important, but whatever you have, just start. And throughout your journey, you will realize that, I need this. So you can later on get that thing also.
That's what I'm telling. But like being judged, fear of being judged, or someone would laugh at them. So these kind of fear often come in people's mind.
Yeah,
That's
I
obvious to
think
think because you to think.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest fear. People don't even start, that what my friends are going to think, what my neighbors are going to think. But see, guys, this is future now. I mean, if you want to be confident, if you want to see yourself growing, regardless of your profession, your business, social media is future now. You have to expose yourself, create content. Otherwise, you'll have to hire others to, you know, to advertise your product. And if you have your own channel, you can talk about it there.
Like, that's correct. And why do we afraid of like, okay, just imagine if someone come and drop a negative comment on your channel, you're speaking very pathetic and you are not good enough. So it's okay. It's
Huh.
their job. Like when you start doing something, that's obvious. Like people come and some people come and say good thing about you, some people say bad thing about you, right? But it's if you're holding, like if you start believing, okay, you are not good enough, because it's just about self realization, right? You
Yeah.
have to believe in yourself, you are good enough. And you don't have to think about the this fear. Actually, if everyone start like remove from their mind, like okay, let them think like what they are thinking about me, but I have to do what I want to do.
Yes.
So they can do wonders, actually. I know that.
Yeah, and it's difficult for a lot of people to be stoic. When they get nice comments, they get over the moon. And once they get negative comments, they feel really down. So I think you have to treat everything equally. Like, be neutral. Don't overreact. Don't get too depressed if somebody is saying bad things about you, because the internet is very unpredictable. And you will meet nice people, but of course, we're going to meet some people who will hold you back. So just start and see where it takes you.
Right. Okay.
Hmm.
So
So,
it's,
what about you these days? What's your routine to create content? Are you just talking to people like this, or do you have other plans also?
um, right now, actually, I'm into conversation videos where I'm conversing with some YouTubers or some clapping go tutors like that. But if you ask my future plan, so I want to become a, like, of course, English trainer and softer skill trainer. So that's my
Hmm,
future plan, and I'm working on it.
that's
It's gonna
great.
take a couple of years. I know that.
Yeah, I mean, teaching is great way to learn also. I think I have answered this multiple times on my channel that I started very early. Like when I was in the first year of graduation, I started teaching in a local school because I needed to pay my bills, and that was the only thing I could do. Uh, I think it was just right after COVID. So it exposed me to a lot of new ideas. I mean, I knew that I wanted to work on my English, but when I started teaching, I was able to see the gap where I needed to work on. So of course, now we have so much resources available, and it is very easy to learn.
Correct. For teaching, first you have to teach yourself. First, you have to learn something. Take example, if you're going to teach one a student, you know that a student is going to ask, a couple of questions. So for that, you have to prepare yourself, right? So that's the way you can learn and you can teach also. So teaching is the best way. I can say that.
Yes. All right, ma'am. This is last question from my side. If you have to recommend anything to people who have watched this part, if they are struggling with their spoken English, or if they just want to create content, what's your suggestion for them?
Okay, my suggestion for them, it would be, as I mentioned, that just forget about everyone. Just feel like if you start today, and it may take full of time, like maybe it can be a month or maybe a year for someone. But if you are keep consistent in your journey, you would definitely see conspicuous change, in your speaking part or how far you come, right? So I can say that moment, after 6 months or 1 year, when you see yourself, you feel proud. Okay. So don't think too much, just start doing, and no matter what level you are at, Okay, because it's just a journey. When I started my journey, I was a pathetic in this language. Okay, I was a timid girl, camera conscious, everything. And I started from a scratch where I couldn't speak a proper sentence in this language, right? So if we can do, so definitely everyone can.
Yeah.
So that's my message.
Yeah, take that a step, guys. Don't wait for the perfect time, and you don't know where it will take to you and where it will take
Okay.
you. All right, ma'am. Thank you so much for your time, and hopefully we'll have another
Thank you.
session.
Yeah, of course.